Hello and welcome to Brackenmore for the biggest game of the season, let's be honest, between Stocksbridge Parkfield and Emley AFC. I am your commentator this afternoon, Adam Allcroft, ahead of this crunch match. So the Steels here, with a big tie. They moved back into the playoffs with that 3-0 win against Bridlington on Saturday. 2 days later, they're against 4th place Emley. A win today could see Stocksbridge really cement themselves in the top 5 and give themselves a really good chance, and actually definitely would move into 3rd place. That would mean home advantage for the first semi-final. And the last time Stocksbridge finished 3rd in a season, they got promoted. That famous season in 2009 when Andy Ring scored the winner away at Belper Town final, but they had to beat Carlton Town on the way there. So let's go through the teams for you today, because it's going to be a big match this. We've got Stocksbridge Park Steels, it's Ben Townsend in goal, Tom Charlesworth, Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner the captain, Elliot Owen, Paul Iggledon, Danny Deakin, in Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, James Morris and Oliver Grezlak. The benches: Jordan Lemon, Jack Dolman, Tommy Marshall, Harrison Poulton, Thomas Poole. That's no changes from Saturday, the only change being on the bench with Lemon coming in for Elliot Murray. For Emley, it's Declan Lampton in goal, then it's Harrison Shepherd, Isaac Baldwin, Hayden Lindley, Jack Cowgill, Charlie Barks, Chris Dawson, Alex Metcalf, who's the captain, Josh Ayres, Luke Parkin and Emma Birchall. We are joined here by a bumper crowd at Brackenmore today. Lots of fans have travelled from Emley as well for this huge match. I mean, what more do you want towards the end of the season? It's as if the fixture lists have conspired to make it absolutely beautiful in the end. Just prime for Sky Sports if they cared about non-league. Just getting the final few handshakes in the middle here. We will, of course, look to keep you up to date with what's going on across the Northern Premier League East. Big news already is that Dunstan have beaten Newton Aycliffe 1-0 in the early fixture. Dunstan are now secure, not just in the playoffs, but in 2nd place. We now know that the road to the Northern Premier League Premier Division runs through Dunstan. So we just get, the music just dies down here. We are so close to kick-off. As the Stocksbridge fans are now moving into position behind the goal as well, we can see. We'll also try and keep up to date with local score lines. So final few checks from our referee today, Mr. Ahmad, a regular referee here at Brackenmore. And here we go. So Emley get us underway in the claret and blue, white shorts and claret socks, kicking from right to left. Stocksbridge just intercepts, and Stocksbridge, who are on the ball now, are in the yellow shirts, blue shorts and blue socks, kicking from left to right. So we'll try to win the ball, but Emley will come away with it in the midfield, out to Birchall. Lovely little touch from him. Gets it to Baldwin. First time pass forward, finds Birchall again. He's got 2 men round him as it goes back to Baldwin and back into the midfield to Hayden Lindley, the former Barnsley man. And now going to go back into defence before, not forward, and that allows Turner to intercept. And Grezlak wins the ball on the right wing today. Grezlak back to Charlesworth, knocks it over the top. Morris was offside even if he was going to get the ball, but it was intercepted well before it got to him. Lindley out to the right to Shepherd. Gets the touch, but not a great touch. It will go out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. So with Jack Tinker the throw-in, had a really good game, Jack Tinker, on Saturday. Ball thrown forward, Rawson heads it on, but will be cleared. Forward and headed away by Charlesworth. Back to Emley though it goes, and before it's not forward, and it goes out for Stocksbridge throw-in. Minute half gone in this game. Remains 0-0 here. Stocksbridge tried to play it forward, but was blocked, cleared out only to Elliot Owen, who's got on a little adventure down this left-hand side, tried to slip it through, and he does find Luke Rawson back in the midfield, and not forward, but intercepted by the Emley midfield, and Metcalf will play it forward. And Emley have a chance to break here. They're going to try and find Birchall on the left, and it's going to take him out wide, Birchall, but he will get the ball and keep it in. He's facing up with Tom Charles as he moves down the left-hand side, moves the ball onto his right foot, passes it across here to Metcalf. Metcalf then knocks it across to Shepherd. They've just bit off target and slowed the pass down, but Shepherd will take the shot, and I wouldn't even know where that's gone in the sky because of the sloping roof of Brackenmore. It goes out for a goal kick. 0-0 here after 2 minutes. So back with Ben Townsend here. Stocksbridge had a miserable time. The second visit to Emley, first time ended after 5 minutes due to heavy fog. Something we are used to. But second time it was a 3-0 loss for the Steels, and they never really looked in that game. Emley got an early goal, and you do get a feeling if any team that gets an early goal against Stocksbridge, it just seems to work out for them. Steels will struggle with that. As Charles goes in, wins the ball with a sliding challenge and played back to Turner. Turner knocks it forward, look for Olsen, just off target and cleared away by Barks. Just goes loose in the midfield. Charles for a sliding challenge. Bit of a dangerous one, to be honest. If he connected with a foot, it could have easily been a red shade of card. The ball is now played back to Cowgill. And then all the way back to Declan Lampton, one of the top goalkeepers in this league, though almost caught out by Morris's rush. Forward to Birchall, good touch then. Knocks it beyond Charles. If Charles in a foot race, tries to get to it first, but Birchall wins that battle. Birchall faced up with Eagledon, who's come out, and a great standing tackle by Paul Eagledon. Puts the ball out for a throw-in. Eagledon there was isolated against Birchall, but the on-loan defender from Hull City faces up very strongly and very impressively. Back now for a Baldwin throw, and it looks like we'll see a long throw-in. He's going to... I didn't know we had the towels were still allowed at this level. I thought they were banned. Definitely is a football league. Come on, we need someone to go sneak and steal that towel away as the ball goes in, headed up into the air. Owen tries to get to it first, but then Charles is the one who does. Still bouncing in the box. Turner tries to get away, but it only falls to Emley. Back to Baldwin, who takes the touch. Cross goes in, blocked by Charles. Goes to Birchall, edge of the area, and then Cowgill hits the shot. It's going to go out for a corner. Must have took a deflection because I was about to call it a defender's shot, but Stocksbridge having to deal with an early onslaught by Emley. So corner kick, we've just taken a bit of time. It's gone back in the old cricket field section here at Brackenmore. Hello to everyone who is listening to us today. Good listenership so far. Thank you very much. If you do appreciate the commentary and like the commentary, you can go and go give us a super chat. That donates us the corner here. It's tried to be a short corner routine, but they've ended up playing back quite deep. Onto the right again, Emley go. Looking for the overlap. It's a good little overlap. Cross goes in, dangling cross. Birchall takes a shot. He scuffs it. Second shot goes in, blocked. He could have just left that go out for a goal kick. Emley wants a penalty. It's not given. Grezlak trying to hold up, but loses out on the ball. Back it goes here to Dawson. Plays the ball forward and battling for it now is Ayres, but then Charles comes in, big boot away. Steels survive, but Emley will keep the ball headed forward before Eagledon returns the header. Just going to be headed right back, but only falls to Deacon. Deacon trying to loft it at the top from Morris, but it fell short and it was cleared away. Metcalf on the ball now, then back to Lindley. Over to the left now to Baldwin. He's going to be forced quite deep as Rawson presses from high, and the ball forward is intercepted by Turner, but it just bounces up on him and he's having a battle trying to have control. Charles ends up just knocking it away and it falls to Grezlak quite kindly. Nice curling ball here, but headed away before Lindley clears it out. Owens tracking it, heads it forward, but he'll only give it back to Emley to park him, but his pass forward intercepted by Owen. Ball forward now to Morris. He gets the touch and the turn, but then blocked off. Good defensive work by Cowgill, preventing Morris from getting past him. 0-0 after 6 minutes here. So ball goes forward and Emley are trying to control it. Parking McGayers gets the ball out to the right, but no one was there for it. Tinker will take it, and he's got lots of space to go into, and Tinker's going to try and use that space. He sprints forward, taking big strides, then slows it down, passes out to Morris. Morris slowing it down, and Stocksbridge really didn't use most of that space, but it's now gone to Deacon, who has got the space. Crossing, look for Rawson. Rawson just can't stretch for it. He's going to get it out to the right. If only Rawson could jump more than 6 inches. Rawson could try it on the right. Cross going in low. It's going to go out for a corner kick. So going to be a corner kick now with Deacon to take. Good opportunity. Stocksbridge so strong at set pieces this season. Deacon looking for the far post, bounces in the box, and it's going to be appeals for another corner, but and that is what's been given. It's a penalty kick. Stocksbridge have got a penalty kick. I think Paul Iggledon was pushed over in the box. You notice what we see that so much and not get penalised. Now, I think we all just expect that to be a corner kick, but, and he was pointing in that direction, made it a bit more confusing for us, but Paul Iggledon is pushed over, going for the header as it bounces, and I think that's the key, because it bounces low. I think that's why Mr. Ahmad has decided to do so, and now the Steels have a huge penalty early in this game. Luke Rawson will step up to take it. I don't think the crowd realised until I said it in here, to be honest. I think Martin was the one who actually noticed first to the side.
I wonder what his hand were pointing to, where he was pointing to the corner. Then I saw him pointing down to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, it had been slow because of the protests by the Emley players. Obviously, they're baffled by it.
I wasn't expecting that.
It's one of these things that we do, you know, you see it all the time, that sort of pushing and shoving, and he just never is penalised from corners. This referee has made a mark and decided to do so. It's just when you do it, when you're the first to do so, you're going to be the one who gets all the stick. Here comes Rawson, takes the penalty, right-footed, sends the keeper the wrong way. Stocksbridge lead 1-0. It's going to be done in controversial fashion, considering Emley will not be happy that penalty was given. But Rawson's into the wrong way. Steels lead 1-0.
Score for Stocksbridge, number 9, Luke Rawson.
7th goal of the season for Luke Rawson, who has made such a big impression since returning a couple of months ago. What a huge, huge moment in this game and in the playoff battle. Stocksbridge, at results stand, move into 3rd place.
They were trying to get penalty at first. But same thing.
I think that's probably why the protests were happening. But there has just been news from Sheffield FC. Belper Town have taken the lead there with Kelvin Bastos scoring for the Nailers. Ball goes forward and will now go out for a throw-in. Now Stocksbridge, what do Stocksbridge do next is the big question, and how do Emley respond? Steels have breached an Emley defence that has been incredibly strong this season. Has been dropped off in recent months, but in the first half of the year they only conceded 3 goals away from home. So one of the best defences in the league. As Iggledon knocks it forward, goes to Deacon, tries to knock it in the middle, goes to O'Connor, very high bouncing ball, didn't really ever get a grip of that. Now Emley on it, trying to go forward, ball block goes out for an Emley throw. Ball back, then knock forward, and Turner will knock it away, but only back to the field, but Turner wins it back. Forward it goes to Grezlak. Grezlak will not get a foul for that one from Chris Dawson. Dawson tries to chip it forward, but Iggledon reads it, clears it away, back into defence, and then knocked over to Baldwin, who gets it under control, knocked forward, and then O'Connor looks at it, and the Emley fans are not happy about that for an alleged pull of the shirt. I think the Emley fans have now, because of that penalty, become incredibly frustrated, and Mr. Ahmad is enemy number 1. And the problem with Emley is that they can transmit that everywhere. There it is. Forward to Birchall. Turner just slips over trying to get to him. Birchall go down the left. He's definitely the most dangerous player that Emley have, but that cross will go out for a corner kick there. That's what the linesman's given. I think originally it would look like it was going to be a goal kick, but the goal at Hillsborough. Middlesbrough 1-0 up against Sheffield Wednesday. Finn Azaz, the scorer for the Borough. Interesting, that was the game that was happening on Boxing Day when we were meant to face Emley the first time round. Sheffield Wednesday came from 3 goals behind to draw 3-3. You don't normally see the Football League in the non-league world like that. Steels need to be on best behaviour from this corner. We know this. That ball goes in. Townsend gets punched, but he only knocks it back up to the air. Townsend goes for it again. He's knocked over. Nothing's given. And it went to the edge of the box, but Deacon managed to get his ankle onto it. Mr. Ahmad is not going with the usual rules for fouls and things from the corners today. And by usual meaning probably he's actually enforcing it as it probably should be. As ball goes in, teasing ball goes on the top of the net, which is sagging quite a bit actually. So the ball will be back with Ben Townsend for the goal kick. Steels leading 1-0 here after 13 minutes. Back now with Townsend. Big ball forward by him. Also trying to get a head onto it, but can't do so. And then Lindley knocks it on. Turner trying to get to it and can't do so. Knocks on to the right, but Tinker reads it and knocks it off Birchall, who seems to have swapped towards the right wing. He's actually been finding success against Tom Charlesworth, so I'm surprised about that swap, but that's what the referee. Well, Richard Tracy, the former Steels man on the bench, has decided that it's time for Birch to stop, and there will be a stoppage for an injury to Josh Ayres. And it looks like we are going to see a change here. It looks like Belshaw Rodriguez is about to come on for Emley. Was dangerous when he played against us over at the fantastic Media Welfare Stadium. But a blow for Emley to have a player ruled out so early on. Other goals to tell you about. In Leeds United are already 2-0 up on Stoke City as they look for promotion today. I think no nerves there at Elland Road, obviously. I believe that does, yeah. Bradford City are 1-0 up on Chesterfield. The former non-league player Bobby Poynton scored. He was on loan with Liversidge and Ossett United. While Doncaster are also 1-0 up. Harry Clifton has scored for the Rovers. So, treatment is continuing on Josh Ayres at the moment. Looks like he'll be the man about to head off. So, it's actually Donne. We thought it was Belshaw Rodriguez. He was the one originally getting ready, but now it's actually going to be Donne Lawrence instead coming on for Josh Ayres. Oh, no, it's not Josh Ayres, sorry. I think it might be Luke Parkin. Metcalf. I'm doing a great job today. Alex Metcalf coming off. And he is, I thought because of his injury, he is having to take his time doing so. So a lengthy stoppage here. Stockbridge could use this time though just to calm things down and just get a steady ship on this game. They're leading, they can be the ones in control. I think we're just watching the number go up to make sure double check who we've got. Yeah, Alex Metcalf off on for Donne.
Emley substitution replacing number 8 Alex Metcalf is 14 Donne Lawrence.
So on comes Donne Lawrence. So Tinker now with the throw-in. Game resumes. Launched long but headed away, and Lawrence immediately trying to get involved before Emley just have to hack it forward. Townsend's come way out to his goal to do so, and thankfully connects very cleanly with it as it goes forward. Headed out into the middle to Donne Lawrence. So he is 6'4" at least, surely. He's a big chap. Ball goes into Iggulden, headed away though to Charlesworth. Facing his own goal at the moment, has to get back to Iggulden, who sends it down the line, and then Grezlak knocks it on. Rawson loses that physical battle. Barks, who gets forward, gets it all the way now to Lawrence. Just gets it sideways out to Shepherd, who comes forward. Now the one to try looking for Lawrence, but Owen reads it and clears it away. Emley throw-in. throw in here for Harrison Shepherd. But intercepted, and Morris knocks the ball forward. Rawson's got the beating of it. Rawson on the left, he's got 2 men around him. Rawson's trying to shape on his right, takes a shot, and it's just wide! Rawson's so close, it's took a block, it's going to be a corner kick. Rawson's actually done a really good job there because he's got 2 men around him and he's had to shuffle it onto his right because he's well wide on the left-hand side to move it onto his favoured right to be able to try and curl that into the bottom corner. But it's Declan Lampton who's got a hand to it, just enough to take that wide goal as Brecon Moor held its breath. But the Seals have a corner kick. The last time they have a corner, a penalty happened from it. We'll see if Emley don't push and shove as much as this time because I think that's what Mr. Ahmad is saying. Here comes little Deakin, corner, looking for that far post again. And Eric Wynn got the header, but he rises over Lampton for it. And it's going to, but he goes over the bar as well. Declan Lampton won't be happy that his punch was beaten to the ball by a head of Elliot Owen. Even if Elliot just couldn't get his head over it to keep it underneath the bar. Bradford City are 2-0 up on Chesterfield. Anthony Sarsovic has scored from the spot. So we've got 19 minutes gone in this game so far, and it is 1-0 to the Steels. Wallace forward, headed on by Ayres, but returned to him by Lawrence, who knocks it over the top, but no one there for it. And Townsend will come well out of his box to get it, and then just take a touch in. And he's actually going to take the short pass, looking for Tinker, he's got loads of space to move into. It's smart play from Ben Townsend as Jack Tinker charges forward, pass forward, slips all the way. One touch pass here to Deakin. Deakin tries to knock it over the top, and he just gets underneath the ball and sends it over the bar. It's a brilliant passing move, all started by the intelligence of Ben Townsend over the opposite end to spot a running Jack Tinker. One touch passing between Tinker, Grezlak finds Deakin, very wide angle in there. Maybe Deakin could have done better trying to pin it back for Luke Rawson. But in the end, he's tried to knock it over Lampton. It remains 1-0. The Steels have had chances to double their lead though. Back now with Lampton, who was yelling at his defence following that one. Way too easy as well, headed on, looking for Rawson, but knocked away by Cowgill, who has the captain's armband now. Morris has got it now. He's wanted reinforcements, didn't have it, has to give it back to Charles. If Charles knocks it over the top, curling ball, and Grezlak could get onto this, you know, he just slips at the last moment, maybe could, and it goes out for a goal kick. Stocksbridge have got the momentum with them at the moment. Ooh, interesting goal in the relegation battle. Brighouse Town have scored their 1-0 up. They're only 1 point behind Bridlington now. Well, that's it. Brighouse 1-0 Gotham. They were 1 point behind Bridlington. Bridlington have just taken the lead against Grimsby Borough. Michael Coulson has scored. Sherwood also 1-0 up on Carlton. As Stocksbridge are on playing good football once again. As it goes over to Deakin on the left, cross goes in, blocks and just makes it into the box before it's cleared away. Turner gets the first touch out to Tinker here. Finds Rawson here on the edge of the box. Rawson lays it off for O'Connor. O'Connor takes a shot, blocked. Feeling confident after a fantastic goal against Bridlington. Donnay Lawrence will now clear away, and this could be dangerous, but it's just overhit here, and actually Emley have got a free kick for a foul on Donnay Lawrence late from Alex O'Connor. Stockbridge's most disciplined man this season, as in he's had the most yellow cards. As in he has been disciplined. Isn't the English language just weird? No wonder no one can speak it when they try to learn it, to be honest. Leeds United are 3-0 up on Stoke City now. Gel Perot has scored again. The Leeds fans among our players will be very happy with that. As Lampton launches it away. Owen will head it out. Looking for Rawson here, who tries to let it bounce, but that did allow Christos to get in. He's just going to pass it back to Jack Cowgill. Turns forward to Lindley, who turns the ball. Ross trying to get in, and Grezlak almost got a foot on it, but the pass does go out for a Stocksbridge throw. Barnsley are losing in South Yorkshire. Peterborough United beating them 1-0. The two cup final champions. I don't know what sponsorship that does them. That is either. It changes every 6 months, it seems. But the Football League trophy for the old-fashioned among us. Back to Townsend now. Controls it. Out to the right, then knocked over the top, looking for Rawson. Treads it, trying up into the air. Goes out. Charles are fighting for it, but Birchall will win the ball. Saying he was getting held. It's a great ball going forward there for Luke Parkin, but Tinker's managed to read it well, and he just gets that away for a throw-in. Do not underestimate Emley at the moment, because there is a reason why they've been in the top 5 all season. Garforth have equalised against Brighouse. Rhino Ijupi, the scorer. That means a scoreline stand, Brighouse Town will be relegated. That would mean the relegation battle completely confirmed. As Morris fights that ball, but it goes out of play for another Emley throw-in. Thrown down here towards Parkin. He's trying to get some space. Deacon is the man on him as it goes into the corner flag. It's a bit like time wasting when it's like that, but then Tinker goes in, takes the clearance, it blocks. He's going to bounce awkwardly into the box, not go out for a goal kick, but Townsend is aware and claims it. Back with Townsend now, who just rolls out in front of him and now boots that ball far up the field, but out of play for a throw-in in the end. A disappointing kick from Townsend, which so throw into Emley in their own half. In front of the advertising audience. Do mind you, if you want to support the football club, sponsorships are always available, and now available for the 25-26 season. As a late foul from Stocksbridge is penalised. Took a bit of time for that to be spotted by the referee, but Emley will have a chance to get the ball in because it's about 40 yards away from goal, very close to the touchline on that far side, in front of one of our advertising hoardings, the Andrew Crawford HR advertising hoarding. You can join him on that fence next season. Just get in touch with Roger Gissin at rpg.sps@mail.com. So here comes the ball into the box, headed away though by Charlesworth. Works to the left hand side where Deacon's been forced back and he manages to get the ball blocked by Dawson. It's a goal kick for Stocksbridge. So back with Townsend now. The goal kick as the Steels managing the game well, though Emley have had the better of the last 5 minutes.
You want to hear Roger by any chance? You just telling me his granddaughter's thumbs with us?
Townsend launching the ball upfield, headed away. I mean, headed on by Ayres, but Eagledon was there to clear it away. Rawson trying to chest it down and get it to the left, but knocked away and tackled by Hayden Linley, then sent down to Shepherd, who clears it down forward. In the Emley winning the midfield battle at the moment as Parkin has to send it back to Shepherd and knocked it over the top, and headed only up into the air by Eagledon, and then away Stockbridge trying to get the ball down on the ground, and it does eventually fall, but it falls to Chris Dawson of Emley. Not forward, and then Deacon blocked and out for a throw. Stockbridge just struggling to get their foot on the ball at the moment.
Very direct.
So back with Shepherd for the throw-in. Taking his time with it. Before getting it forward, but well read by Tinker, who then sends it quickly up forward, but only gives it back to Emley, and that's Stockbridge just keep giving it back to the Pewits at the moment as it goes over here to Balding and back into defence, knocked forward, and Townsend will rush out, but it stays in his box, so he can just take his time with it and then pick it up. So I think Stockbridge will need to win a few more of those midfield battles at the moment. They're just giving up possession to Emley. The ball goes forward and will bounce awkwardly. Rawson's trying to challenge for it. Heads it on to Grezlak. Grezlak trying to get control, but got 2 men around him. Stabbed away by the foot of Linley, and it's been given as an Emley throw-in. Tom Charles looks perplexed at that decision. Ian Richards not happy with it either as Baldwin takes it, launch it downfield. Charles heads up into the air. Eagleton heads away, and Emley will get the free kick from the shirt pull. Oh. So Emley free kick to the left here. And they're taking, I don't know where they're taking it, because it's about 5 yards behind that free kick. But they've got away with that one, I think, Emley, by bringing it back 8 yards ahead of where the foul actually happened. Hayden Lindley will take the free kick, sent over the top. Morris can only head it towards it into his own box. Eagleton hacks it away. Out to the right here to Luke Parkin. Got 2 men on him. Going to put the cross in. It takes a little block. Eagleton's trying to get to it first, but he can't do so, and it will be a corner kick to Emley. The referee now starting to attract a bit of attention from the Stocksbridge fans. Some really recent decisions. So back now with Emley for this corner from the right hand side. So we have quite a few people on the line here as the ball goes in towards the near post. Turner heads it away. We'll be right back to the corner taker, and that's blocked by Turner as well. And then Deacon tries to head into the middle, but it only goes to Lindley. Lindley will now get it on the right, and a bad touch saves the Steels on that occasion. It was Luke Parkin again on that right. He just lunged to get it, and he just skews it out for a goal kick. It's a really good pass out as well. Steels get a bit of a let off. .29 minutes gone in this game. 1-0 to the Steels. That 10th minute penalty from Luke Rawson is the difference. As Townsend has the ball ready for his goal kick. Launch forward. Over the top, and Rawson was wanted to get onto it, but just goes out of play for a throw in. And this is what Stocksbridge's problem is at the moment. They do keep just giving the ball back to Emley. Bridlington Town are winning 2-0 against Grimsby Borough. Danny Earle has scored. As the ball goes forward. And back to Turner, and just going to be blocked a bit in the middle forward going away, but only back to Emley again. And this is the thing, Stockbridge just can't seem to have any moment of possession longer than 10 seconds as the ball goes out for a throw-in for Stockbridge. And Mr. Amanda judges a throw rather than a foul on Birchall, which is what the fans wanted here, the away fans anyway. The only thing that could save Brighouse if Bridlington carry on winning is if Ossett lose. The ball goes forward, Grejlak trying to get onto it, but in the end it's, well, covered, and it will be given now as a Stockbridge free kick for the advantage. Birchall's going to talking to right, Mr. Ahmad. As Deakin prepares to take this free kick. Stocksbridge so strong on set pieces, but this is a really big Emley side, so we'll probably be the trickiest opposition for these set pieces. Deakin. Ball goes in, knocked away by Emley. Could go out for a corner, but clear away before it does. It will be a throw-in, probably on line with the corner of the box. Joseph will come up to take it. I'll say away at Liverpool, already relegated to Liverpool today. We mentioned them earlier. It goes back to Charles and puts a cross in. There's a tackle in on him. Rawson gets the ball in, and it's somehow blocked. That seemed to just float in the air for a while. Great save from Lampton. He just, I think it was just a bit too close to his chest there, really. Rawson probably could have done better getting direction on it, but the Steels are making chances. It's just, are we going to be punished for not doubling this lead? I thought there might have been a foul on Charles there, and the cross was being made as well. Thought that might have been pulled back as well. Was it done so though? As Lampton gets it forward. Owen heads away, it's going to go out towards the right. Grejlak racing to get on it, does do so, keeps it in for Rawson, trying to turn, touches it on, looking for Morris, but read by Cowgill, who will send it back to Lampton. It's an awkward bouncing one for Lampton, gets it in his feet and clears away. Morris went too far off though, forward to Donnie Lawrence, who is holding up from Turner. Turner being forced back and just passes it to Gresham, but then eventually the fouls. I'm not sure. The referee is delaying a lot of these fouls. A lot, and that's another one there. As the ball's taken quickly towards Birchall. Charlesworth will head it away. And then he goes out for a throw-in. It was taken quickly because Stockbridge had just bombed a lot of people forward and the ball had been won in a high area. Lawrence here trying to the ball. Again, his shirt pulled by Turner there a bit. As it goes back, but all the way back to Lindley. And then now return to Cowgill. Across to Barks. Knocked over the top. Headed on by number 9 Ayres, but it will go back to Townsend. Garforth are now leading against Brighouse. Rhino Ajupi has scored again. Brighouse 5 points off 18th Ashington. Brighouse will be relegated if they can't change things today. Out to Shepherd now for Emley. Ford parking, but the pass is back behind Shepherd and Tink's got a launch, a slide tackle in and he's connected with it. Morris wins it. Morris on the left hand side, trying to get it on his right. Going to take the shot blocked and then trying to be won by Tink O'Connor, but they cleared away. Turner will now get it to the right where Rawson is. Rawson now facing up with his man. Getting it onto his right, Barks the man with him. Rawson crosses poor, but it has been blocked actually and it's a corner kick. Morris there, I think he was desperate to shoot James Morris rather than looking up for the better option and could let it down there, but we have the corner now and it was the penalty was won from a corner kick. So ball is going to be sent over for this corner kick, taking its time this one as Deakin has now got a ball to use. Comes ball going in towards that far post. It's been met by Owen. It's gone in!
Owen.
Elliot Owen is the man who got the touch. I think he might have got it with his chest rather than his head. But the Steels now lead 2-0. Elliot Owen from the corner.
Scorer for Stocksbridge, number 5, Elliot Owen.
It's a perfect corner from Danny Deakin. Curling just high enough so Declan Lampton can't get a fingertips to it, but dipping just enough so Owen can get a clean contact and get it into the back of the net, a crowded 6-yard area, but Owen got enough onto it. 2-0, and the set pieces are paying off against this massive Emley side. Emley will now get the game underway. Trying to play it forward, and Emley have had so much of the ball in this half, but haven't got the goals. Two 0 here at Brackenmore after 35 minutes. Goals coming from Luke Rawson and Elliot Owen. I think Owen's getting close to having 10 goals this season. I think that might be number 7. Such a threat from set pieces. I think last season when Charlie Oglesby left, I think we worried, are we going to lose that threat? Because Oglesby got 8 goals last year. As Grayslack's in a battle for the ball here, he's a hell of a tussle with Baldwin, and eventually goes out for a Stocksbridge throw. Good work from Grayslack, but Elliot Owen's come in, and to be honest, as much as Charlie Oglesby was a fan favourite here, we haven't really missed him, to be honest, with Elliot Owen.
That's the compliment to Elliot Owen.
And that is, I think, Charlie Oglesby was, so beloved round here. That is the best compliment you'd probably give to Elliot Owen. Just on that, you can now vote for Player of the Season. You think he's going to be one of the contenders for that vote. Ball goes to Rawson, tries to touch it and take out Ride. Peels for a corner kick, but it did come off Rawson last, and it will be a goal kick. So the Steels here with defending a goal kick here. It's launched forward. Headed on. Iggulden has to track it. Birchall's coming through the middle of him and Charlesworth, but Townsend out quickly to kick it away. Dawson got the touch forward to Lawrence. Lawrence good control, but back it goes to Dawson. Over now to Baldwin. knocks it over the top, and Charles Turner got a foot onto it, but Parker was still getting a decent position. Eagledon trying to get physicality. Turner there, goes Mickle, and no free kick despite appeals. Eventually Turner clears it out, blocked by an Emley man and out for a throw in, and Emley not happy that weren't given.
He knew what he was doing.
Mr. Ahmad is not a popular man at the moment.
He went falling for that. Strong referee.
And there's the traditional referee's chant from the Emley support. A lot of them here today. As well forward, Ross got with the header. O'Connor tries to touch Birchall, just knocks it over the top of him. He's a good player, Birchall. He goes back to Baldwin now, knocks forward, but Charles takes it on his chest, clears it away. Morris will head it on, but Cowgill will get it, but he's been having to rush towards his own goal. And Morris is pressing back to Lampton. Lampton just has to boost away first time with Greg's pressing. Morris was like marshalling that press there, dictating it like a quarterback. But the ball is now with Birchall on the halfway line. In the middle to Lindley. And over the right to Lawrence, who's moved onto the right wing after being in central midfield for a while. He runs forward, moving into the middle. Good touch, and then out left to Birchall. Birchall got a bit of space to use here as he moves forward. Tries to get it onto his right. O'Connor blocking him. Pass goes in the middle. Turner intercepts. Turner clears. Morris battling. It's a big physical battle between him and Bart. Morris has just got looser in, but Cowgill gets to it first. He's been forced back to his own goal at the moment. And then back it goes to Lampton. Morris will press. Lampton controls well, but sends it back to Cowgill. He's much calmer this time, Lampton. Morris wins the ball high up, though. Tries to find O'Connor, but then it's won by Barks, who just clears it out to Lawrence. Lawrence trying to Tinker went in with a slight tackle, but missed with it. Thankfully missed the ankle of Lawrence too. Back it goes to Lindley, who knocks it over the top to Ayres, who controls it. Eagledon blocked it off Ayres, and Eagledon manages just to get it away, but still with Emley on this attack. Here come Emley down the right-hand side, overlapping pass back into middle, but blocked by O'Connor, and then Turner comes back just to clear it away. It's a throw-in to Emley. They remain dangerous in this game. 39 minutes gone, 2-0 to the Steels. Stockbridge's main aim now will be don't concede before the end of the half. Don't give them hope for that second. But it will be a long throw here from Isaac Baldwin. They've sent their big men forward with Cowgill. So it's going to be a short throw here to Parkin, who's got lots of space now. Cross goes in, he takes a little deflection, goes to Birchall, takes the volley, blocked by Eagledon. Eagledon clears it away on the second time of asking. Going by Ayres, quickly taken, but then Morris has done great winning it. Gets into a bit of space, back to Charles, who clears it out. Gregslike will fight for it, headed into the middle, and I think he left it here, but he left it for Deakin. Deakin will move forward. Morris is a pass on, finds Morris. Morris moves into the box. Great sliding tackle from Baldwin, stops him going forward. You've got to admire a tackle like that, even when it's at the opposition team. As Charles will launch one right up into the air, Birchall will take it down. O'Connor gets a tackle in, and then Charles launches it right in the air. It will be an Emley throw-in. 40 minutes gone, 2-0 to the Steels here. Rotherham United are 1-0 down. Carragher scored. Is that a relation to Jamie Carragher, by the way, who plays for Wigan? Leeds United also 4-0 up on Stoke. Junior Thurpo, the latest scorer. While heading into the middle, Tinker will get it away, but only to the number 7 Dawson, who does get it outright to Parkin. Gives it back to Shepherd. That's a handy thing to have on Emley Moore. The ball goes forward, out forward to Lawrence on the right. Turner pressing. He's been forced backwards. And back to Shepherd again. Tackle's going in by Stocksbridge, but they're not able to get the ball. But that tackle does get it. Gregslike wins it. Knocks it over the top. Look for Rawson. Rawson goes out of play for throwing, but a free kick will be given for a foul on Gregslike. You can see Stocksbridge have got this tactic now, with Emley pressing more forward as Gregslike will need treatment from our physio, Liv Phillips. So we'll have a break in play here. Donnie Lawrence is getting a talking to from a referee, but no booking yet. Haven't had a booking yet in this game. Expect we might see some in the second half. The which is Emley will have to battle harder and harder to get back into this. Grezlak is back to his feet now, so we'll be able to continue, which is good news for the Steels. Been a very impressive performer this year. So some other news though, Ossett United are down to 10 men against Liverpool. Ben Tweed has been given his marching orders. Grezlak just having to wait on the sidelines here before being news okay as Townsend sends it forward. We're also having a good physical battle, but Townsend's kick is overhit and out for a goal kick at the opposite end. 43 minutes gone in this half. I think we might have quite a bit out of time actually due to stoppages being fairly lengthy. We should see the board go up soon. Leeds and United now 5-0 up on Stoke. I think Leeds are going up today, mate.
Yeah, I think so.
As Lampton launches this one upfield, Eagleton heads away. There's been lots of shirt pulling in this game that just does not get penalised, so you might as well keep on doing it for both teams. As Morris learns to call it, Grezlak's well offside. And there goes the whistle. And you know he's well offside when not a single appeal happens about it. I think Luke Rawson's complaining about something, but I think he's complaining about something else. So back now with Lampton.
3 minutes on.
So 3 minutes added time. Oh, thanks Andy Ring.
Referee's indicated there'll be a minimum of 3 minutes added time.
Tinker just launched the ball forward. Rawson controls it. He's trying to take it out on the left. Big coming together between him and Jack Cargill. Appeals for free kicks on both ways, but it was a 50-50 coming in together. And the right decision of an Emley throw-in is given, and they've quickly taken it back to Lampton. Launch forward. Owen will head away. Rawson has to come back to try and get in. He does head it on. Finds Grezlak, who's in centre forward at the moment. Tries to get the football onto the left wing, but blocked. Probably for good reason. No one was there. As there was a late one in from Josh Ayres on Elliot Owen, using his arms, and
Frustration, he's not won an header all game.
and it'll now be free kick to Stocksbridge. Could have been a booking that one, to be honest. It's definitely seen those given. Mr. Ahmad, he can turn very, very strict all of a sudden, Mr. Ahmad. Someone you do have to be careful of as a referee. So back now with Townsend. Launch forward. And it's just going to go back to Lampton. Kicking's just letting Townsend down as we get towards the end of this first half. Big ball forward. Here, looking for Ayres, but Eagleton heads away. And then Morris knocks it on, and it's a poor back pass really. It's very slow. Grezlak could be first onto it. He was very close to it. You just wish that Rawson had run for that, to be honest, because he probably would have got to that. So throwing for Stocksbridge, who have the ball as we come towards the end of this first half. Ball goes to right, but then he gets knocked out. It's going to end up going out for an Emley throwing. So that ends the
Free kick.
was it free kick? So a minute added time has gone. 2 more to go. So we're back with Lampton, who launched it forward. Charlesworth will head away. Good head away. Big applause for that. And then Dawson only knocks it behind, and Cowangill just to launch it right up into the air. Charlesworth heads away again. Morris tries to knock it on. Can't get a connection around it. It's an Emley throw-in. Launch forward. Knocked on by Ayres before Charlesworth clears it away. Rawson battering. Shirt's been pulled all the way there, but Grezlak gets the touch. Knocked away though. It's a race for it between Parkin and Tinker. Tinker gets it first, and he just boots that one away. Lampton will come out of his box to get it. Grezlak will meet him there though. And Grezlak almost got a block onto it. Goes to Deacon. Could Deacon go for it? No, he's going to go for a pass in the middle. Goes to Rawson, who has the touch. It just falls foul and cleared away. And you just thought, come on, Deacon, why didn't he go for that then? And the ball head forward, but it's going to go into the box for Lampton. If anyone could pull that off, it'd be Danny Deacon. As Charles goes forward and Deakin got the touch, but he couldn't get it clean, and he would have been next to space had he done so. Shepherd back into the middle for Dawson, knocks it forward. Owen heads it away. Turner trying to get it under control, but can only send it forward, and no one is, and it's out for Emley throwing. Back on the right now with Shepherd. Ball forward, headed on by Ayres to Eagledon, but he can only clear it out for a throw-in. We've now had the 3 minutes of added time. As well goes forward, and there we go. Well, you couldn't ask for better from Stocksbridge. They got a penalty controversially from a corner kick after Eagledon was pushed over in the box. Luke Rawson sent Declan Lampton the wrong way, and then from another corner, midway through the first half, Elliot Owen got the header. It's 2-0 to the Steels at the break. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Hello and welcome back to the Northern Premier League East match between Stocksbridge Park Hill and Emley. The game has already got underway. We were trying to get the substitutes sorted beforehand because Emley have made a couple of changes at the break. So they're now up to 3 changes in this game already. Let's sort that out for you and we'll let you know about the teams in a second, as Emley are looking to fight back from being 2-0 down. Not the half they'll have wanted, but it's the half Stocksbridge definitely wanted, and Emley's on the attack at the moment, but Turner get a foot in before it's cleared away out to Rawson, and then Grejlak sends it forward. Morris, good touch in the middle. If he can beat his man, no, he just got cleared away before he can get to win. But it's an early moment for the Steels that will give them confidence as Tinker just misses his charge, and Owen has filled back in the back. Now Steels are man behind in the back. Now Owen's down, but thankfully Turner's got it, and he thought he'd earned a foul before Owen just boots it off an Emley man and gets the throw in. Ooh, that could have gone wrong very quickly. So the substitutes to tell you about, it's Ross Hardacre, the former Ossett man. He's come on, he's replaced Jack Cowgill. We're just having a little look at the team, see how that's been reorganised. And Luke Parkin's also gone off. He's been replaced by Joe Kenny. So ball goes forward. Morris has won it. Sideways passes just off target, and now it's cleared away. Out to Kenny, who lays it off, looking for the runner Birchall. Charles was trying to beat him to it, but we're lucky. We're lucky there, really, because Charles has missed the slide tackle, and he's injured himself doing so that's not the luck. But it has just gone out of play for a Emley throw. We got a bit lucky on that one. If that stayed in play, we could have been in some serious danger. Tom Charles was injured over at the fantastic Mead Welfare Stadium. That's where he had his shoulder injury. John Lemmer came on and had a tough job with Emma Birchall after coming on. So let's go through the teams while we have this break. Well, it's for Stocksbridge, it's Ben Townsend in goal, then Tom Charles, Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner, Elliot Owen, Paul Eagledon, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, James Morris, and Oliver Grejlak. We'll just stick with the game at the moment as Birchall has the ball on the left-hand side. Move on to right, ball going in, looking for that far post, and Rawson back at left back, clears it away, and then headed out by O'Connor, and Grejlak trying to be onto it, but his touch just gives it back to Emley at the moment, who are keeping this pressure on. On to the right, Emley looking for that early goal to give them a bit of hope and confidence, and that was it. Harrison Shepherd got a little push from Rawson, and that's given the free kick to Emley. So the bench for the Steels, by the way, is Jordan Lemon, Jack Dolman, Tommy Marshall, Harrison Poulton, and Thomas Poole. So we'll go through Emley's team now. Declan Lampton, then Harrison Shepherd, Isaac Baldwin, Hayden Linley. Coming on for him is Ross Hardacre, who's replaced Jack Cowgill, and Charlie Bart, Chris Dawson, Donnie Lawrence, who came on for Alex Metcalf in the midfield, Josh Ayres, and Joe Kenny and Amir Birchall. Ball goes in, headed away by Charles, goes to the edge of the area to Chris Dawson. Shot is blocked. Chris Dawson's the third Emley captain of the day. As well as heading into the box, but Charles can only head it back up into the air there. Hardacre returns it back in, touch away, and Tinker clears it. Goes all the way forward to Grejlak. Grejlak could let Morris through here. Tackle goes in, and that will be a foul, and Grejlak stays down, clutching his ankle. So, Grejlak will get a bit of treatment here. James Morris has been given some tactical instructions. We have got an attendance here today, announcement of 423 here at Brackenmore today. Thank you very much for all your support. Biggest attendance of the season.
Today's attendance is 423. Thank you all for your support today.
Ball back with Townsend now. For a free kick just inside the Steel's half. Right footed, going far away, and Owen heads up into the air. Grezlek fights for it, goes towards the edge of the area. Deek trying to get to it, but knocked away before he can get let off a volley. And now Emley clear. Charlesworth should have that covered. He's just going to allow that to go out for a throw in. 49 minutes gone in this game, 2-0 to the Steels. Goals to tell about in the North Premier League East. Oliver Clark has equalised for Carlton Town. 1-1 between Carlton and Sherwood. Sherwood already relegated. We're back in the UCL next season as Morris is batting for a bouncy ball about 30 yards from goal in the centre. Back to goal, has to play it back to Tinker, who will move forward now. Jack Tinker lays it off for Deacon on the left. Deacon moves it nicely, puts the cross in. It's a high lofted one, and it's going to bounce over everyone's head, and O'Connor will try and chase this down, but Baldwin able to clear it away. Charlesworth trying to get it back down that right-hand side, only sends it up into the air and out for an Emley throw. So launched forward here by Baldwin. Forward it goes and then knocked out towards the right. And it's a bit of a race here. Tinker needs to win this battle. Does do so, and he's going to get onto the second ball as well. Knocks it forward. It only has to play though for an Emley throw-in. So ball now back with Shepherd. Ball goes forward and then Tinker heads it away. Only goes back though to Dawson, who tries to put the ball into the middle. Owen intercepts, carries it forward, slips as he launches the ball forward, and it overhit. Back to Lampton it will go. Grezlak will press. And he gets it forward to Lindley though, and back in the middle, and dangerous pass in there, and Deacon eventually intercepts, heads it forward to Grezlak. He's been forced backwards, lays off a Deacon who can get down the left again. Can he put the cross in? He's been followed by Dawson. Deacon puts cross in, look for the near post, cleared away, no Steel's man there. Back with Jack Tinker. Slips it forward to Grezlak, tries to spin on the ball but gets it caught a bit, but Tinker then goes forward to Morris, lays it back to Tinker who is offside. He gets into the side netting anyway. Oh, you wouldn't have, could that have just been thought a bit differently? Tinker was trying to stay onside. You could see he stalled his run, but I think the ball just didn't get it to him quickly enough. But he did try a shot for some reason. For a man who is yet to score in 150 plus appearances for the Steels. Stocksbridge's very own Tony Hibbert. I don't think he knows who Tony Hibbert is. That's the worrying thing now these days with some of the youth of our players. I make that reference and I get glass-eyed back. Charles is not going to be out. It's going to be an Emley throw-in. Emley are trying to quicken the pace of the game. Stocksbridge happy to have it a bit of a slow plodder. As the ball is launched forward, looking for Danae Lawrence, but headed away. Charles doesn't get a clean clearance on it, but Stocksbridge have given a free kick away through a handball, and it's a dangerous place for a free kick as well. Sheffield Wednesday have equalised against Middlesbrough. Josh Windass has scored from close range against Middlesbrough. And a goal from Belper. Belper are 2-0 up on Sheffield FC. Curtis Burrows, the scorer. Currently on the same points as Stocksbridge with a 6 goal difference points. I don't even know how you'd said that, to be honest. There's a gap of 6 goals. Stocksbridge defence helping them out. They're against the joint best defence in the league today. Ball lofted in towards that far post and headed on, and it's going to be a goal kick. Emley were the best defence in the league, but right as current results stand, they go joint best with Cleethorpes. 34 goals conceded. Good. Then it's Stocksbridge with 37 goals conceded. You can see why Cleethorpes are top of the table when you look at those stats there, by the way. 90 goals scored, 34 goals conceded. So Townsend will have the goal kick here. 53 minutes gone, 2-0 to the Steels. Time being taken by Townsend as Declan Lampton did to him over at the fantastic Media Welfare Stadium. Ball going forward. Rawson heads it on really well. Grezlak controls it, and then he's tripped, and it will be a free kick. Ross Hardacre with the trip. Hardacre had actually moved into centre-back, replacing Cowgill. Don't know if Cowgill had an injury or if he was just... Richard Tracy just wasn't happy with his performance. It wasn't the best one, but to see the man you'd handed the captain's armband to go off at half-time was a surprise. Now Stocksbridge have a set piece. Curtis Turner scored from a free kick. A bit too far out for that today. Ball goes towards the right-hand side. Eagledon will try and head it into the middle, but can't get the purchase on it. He needs it out for a goal kick. By the way, thank you to everyone who's listening. But we have set up a super chat goal. So if we get 10 super chats, so that only costs you £2, and that supports the chat, supports the football club. If we get 10 of them, we will do an interview with a player after the match, and that'll go on our YouTube channel. So that's up to you if you want that. So if you support the football club, to do so, you just need to click that little $sign in the comments there, and it also will highlight a message from you, so everyone else can see it. Well, let's go on to the left to Baldwin. Controls it well, but he's faced by Grezlak, who is having a fantastic game today, Oliver Grezlak. Back to Hardacre, who knocks it over the top. Eagledon reads it, clears away. Emley throw-in. Carlton Town now leading against Sherwood. Nathan Watson has scored. Sherwood are already relegated. That's one of those nothing burger of the games that happens at this point of the season. Ball goes in the middle. Charles heads away. Goes to Deakin, who just has to hack that one away. Goes out towards the right-hand side. Brought down by Shepherd. Hackett will go into defence. To Lindley, who will return it to Barks over on the opposite side. In Emley's half now. And that's a miscontrol from Hardacre. And out to play for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Exactly what the Steels will want. More of the ball. Keep that clock ticking while trying to go forward and polish the match off. Goes forward. Rawson heads it on, but held away by Barks and knocked on again. And Lawrence loses the ball and then gives a foul away on O'Connor. Stocksbridge with another free kick. And so a good chance now for the Steels to put the ball into the box. And what could 3-0 do in this game? You have to still be aware, Emley a very dangerous team, but you'd have to say that should polish it off. But they'd have to score it first. Deakin with the free kick, left-footed, low, poor one from Deakin. That is not what you expect from Dan Deakin, our set-piece specialist. He's normally so solid, so brilliant from those sorts of free kicks. Just gets the connection all wrong. It fizzes in and is easily cleared away. And Stocksbridge do keep the ball though through a throw-in. Ball goes to Charles and heads it on and then cleared away and headed on again. Turner fighting for it, but he has pulled the shirt of Birchall. And that will be a free kick. And Tinker doesn't realise it is, and he would have been fouled there as well by Shepherd if not the game had not continued. So Tinker is staying down here, and that is a concerning scene from that late connection from Baldwin. He does get up Jack Tinker and rolls in with Declan Lampton taking this free kick. Lampton, he did take the free kick, but Ahmad has told him no, and we're going to see that retaken. I think he's getting talking to because he knew that was a foul, and actually, if it was still going on that game, it would have been a yellow card. So I think he's right in the referee. I think that's good refereeing, just to tell you, what would have happened if that was aimed play. Ball goes on, headed one, goes away, and Deakin trying to get to the ball, and just a little shove gets it and is able to get it away, but the ball forward just ends up back with Linley, who chips it over to the left-hand side to Birchall, gets it under control. Back to Hardacre, over to Baldwin, who will then return it to Hardacre. Then back to in the defence for Linley. Forward, it goes to Kenny, then back to left, who's just stretched again. It's a poor pass, and it's given to Charlesworth. Just needs to be sensible with it. And he's just sent it down the channel. It's a great pass from Charlesworth. Gresham just can't get the touch onto it. But it's played back in the middle. It's a poor one. And Morris almost gets onto it. He should have got to that. I don't know how he doesn't. I don't know what he was trying to do, to be honest. He's trying to be a bit too clever with it. That could have been free. That really should have been free. Ian Richards is... The way Ian Richards is gesturing at Morris now is of, what are you doing, mate? Big opportunity to kill the game off.
At least you can both laugh about it.
I think when you're 2-0 up, you can laugh about it. If you're losing 1-0, that would have been a few different choice words that were not of a family-friendly nature. So Jack Tinker will have the throw-in after a miscued clearance. So, side with the penalty box, and no one's presenting themselves as a short option just yet. But here they come to Morris, who takes it down on his chest, tries to play it back, loses it to Birchall. Birchall trying to get on the counter-attack now. Tinker, I think, wanted to go at his ankles, but Birchall's too quick for that. Birchall goes in, and then Tinker just hacks him down. And that's as easy as a yellow as you're about to see. I think everyone knew what he was doing, Jack Tinker. Everyone sees it. It's about as obvious as it's going to be. It's a cynical challenge. And it's going to definitely be a yellow. He's taken that one for the team. With Birchall bursting down that side. He tried to get him a bit earlier on. Couldn't do so. So he just decided, I'm having that, lad. And yeah. There's the yellow card. I don't think you'll see more clear yellow cards than that all season, to be honest. He's not actually been booked that much, Jack Tinker, this season.
Suspension for that. Has he got enough yellow cards?
Oh, no, I believe we have a... I forgot the word now for it, but I think we have an amnesty when we get to this time of season. A bit like how in the World Cup they don't give a yellow after... They get a yellow after quarter-finals. Because they don't, for the simple reason of money in the World Cup and stuff. Because you don't want, Ronaldo not being in your World Cup final. Because he got a second yellow in the semi-final. I think that might change after, the star of 1990. Paul Gascoigne would not have been in the final. So back now with Ben Townsend after that little brief aside of the history of football rules. Leeds United are now 6-0 up. Lee Nyonto, the latest scorer, was forward, and Deakin will head it forward, and Gresham tries to bring it down but loses the ball, trying to get it back, but pass just sneaks out to Kenny. Out to Shepherd, first time pass, so he's intercepted by Turner. Maybe he could have left that for Owen, it's left Stockbridge in a bit of trouble, but pass forward goes to Morris, who's going to fight for it, but well read by Linley, who gets it out to Dawson. Now out to Hardacre. Control the ball, slipped over now to Baldwin, then back to Hardacre, who seems to pull very naturally towards the left-hand side. That is where he usually plays, he's not normally a centre-back. And Emley have just lost the ball high up, and God, Hardacre, I think, didn't connect with that tackle, but the foul's being given because of the intent of it. I don't know. It's not Hardacre, sorry, it's Chris Dawson. One of those where he was very obviously trying the cynical tackle, so you're going to get up. Yeah, years ago you probably would have got away with that. Nowadays you won't. Just the talking to, though. If he connected, I think that would have been a yellow. It means when you're so late for something that you actually get away with. So back with Townsend now. Launches the ball into the box. Not bound by Eagledon, but ended up just going wide of the goal. Good idea. Weren't too far off working. 63 minutes gone in the game, still leading 2-0. This is how they'll like it. So it'll be Lampton's goal kick. Just seen that Wrexham are going to move into second place in the League One. That'll be good for documentary in a few months' time. Can't wait to see Hillsborough on the documentary next year.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds at Hillsborough and Bramall Lane next year, very likely.
No, we never know. Bramall Lane.
If Sheffield United are in the playoffs, we don't want to curse here, do the commentators curse here, but Sheffield United in the playoffs is something that doesn't usually work out. Townsend will launch it forward, but out of play it goes. To be fair, Stocksbridge in the playoffs is not usually a better mix. Stocksbridge have made it to the playoffs 4 times in their history. Only once have they won it. Charlesworth trying to knock it forward. That's a miscued one there by Barks. He's lucky no one gambled on it. Back at Lampton will save his blushes. Well, he's only 4 now. Emma Birchall's almost got the better of Charlesworth there. Charlesworth does get the kick on it. That is a surprise, though, to see Emma Birchall switch to the left wing. Because get amateur football manager, I win on Football Manager, that's why I know what I'm talking about. You expect Amir Birchall to stay on the right wing on your books Jack Tinker. To try and see if you can get him sent off. Because not only would you get him obviously sent off today, you get him out for the last game of the season. Right up to Charlesworth. Well, I think because it would be a second booking, it's just 1.
7 days comes in, text us, isn't it? Monday today.
Ooh. No, that's a good shout. I didn't think of that. I don't feel like a Monday. Yes, yeah, he'd probably actually be suspended for the semi-final of the playoffs, but which would be, Jack Tinker. I think that would be gazetteers. I think if that happened. Lindley out to the left to Hardacre. I'd have to see. There might be an exception for playoffs, so I'd have to inquire about that with our secretary, Dave Towler, who knows the Northern Premier League rules better than anyone. I think a lot of us secretary is probably one of the toughest jobs in the club. A lot of sympathy for the Matlock Town secretary. He made an error and led to an ineligible player playing, and it's led to Matlock being relegated before the game even kicked off today. Matlock most likely, you never know, in projections, will be in the Northern Premier League East next year.
The Northern teams coming.
Charlesworth launching it forward, head on by Rawson, but then away by Barks. Turner trying to win it, but it goes out to left, knocked over the top, look for Lawrence, but Bain will head it away. Charlesworth gets a bit of a hospital header from Turner. Charles has to play it back to Iggulden, who just boots that one out. Rawson heads it on well, but then intercepted by Barks, who gets it away. It's just a bit of head tennis between the teams at the moment. And Greyslake then goes into the back of Hardacre, and it is a free kick. Ball goes out to Birchall. I think that is the Emley tactic, is get Amir Birchall on that ball and see if he can work some magic. He's been forced into a back here. Does get past Oliver Greyslake though, and it stays in play despite Greyslake's appeal. Greyslake needs to get back play because he's just appealing about that rather than concentrating. Birchall's cross is blocked by Charlesworth. Birchall puts another ball in. Deacon clears away but goes into the midfield to Dawson, and he goes for the shot and it bounces wide of the far post. 67 minutes gone in the game, 2-0 to the Steels. Some very good attendances today. Hey, look at Consett have 400 in, Carlton have 200, North Ferriby 400. Yeah, Harrison Poulton Jack Dolman will be heading on shortly. Yeah, trust me, as a commentator, having 3 blonde-haired forwards that we did towards the end of one is an absolute nightmare. So Lawrence tried to get a touch on the ball forward, but just went past him, and Iggulden will return it to Townsend. Lawrence will press, and Townsend goes for the gutsy option of just passing out to Iggulden, who'll now send it down and away. We'll go out for a throw-in, and it looks like Jack Dolman will come on. That is the question of who he will come on for. Ball goes forward, and Lindley's lost the ball. Morris has a chance to go in a goal. Morris will just lose it though. Lindley's got back well, but he's not cleared it away properly. But Shepherd's back to get it away and clears it down the line, and back to Turner. Morris didn't have the pace on that occasion, as Turner gets a 1-2. Back over to Charlesworth. Just runs onto the ball, the sideways ball to him. Former Sheffield United youngster, who was a Sheffield Wednesday fan. Calder back to Turner, who clips it over the top, but headed away by Hardacre, and it's a Stocksbridge throw. Chesterfield have got one back against Bradford. It's 3-2 to Bradford City at whatever that stadium's called these days. Oh, poor pass by Stocksbridge has just let down that attack, but Deakins tried to get back in, almost got to it, but Hayadek able to get it away, switches it out towards the number 2, Shepherd. Shepherd turns out well. Stocksbridge have got their players back, stops the counter-attack for now, but Kenny plays it into midfield to Dawson, back to Lindley, who's done a good job at centre-back. For the most part, recovers that Morris one as it goes all the way back to Lantern. Steel shape, incredibly strong. Just noticed Ian Richards has stepped onto the pitch here. I think he'll be getting a telling off in a second.
Ollie's going to have an heart attack. He's running.
Ball going forward here from Emley. Lawrence can't get to it. Eagledon heads it away, but then head forward by Emley. Now Lawrence on the ball again. Being forced backwards. Back it goes to Hardacre, then into the middle to Dawson. Pass forward now, finds Ayres well, and then comes together with Owen, and a free kick will be given Emley's way. 70 minutes gone ahead of this free kick. Dolman will have to wait. Ian Richards does have a policy of not subbing people when we're about to have a set piece against us. And Ollie Grezlak, who must have covered more miles than a marathon today. He's just down, and I think he must be cramped. This 2-day games in 3 days is such a difficult ask of professional players, never mind semi-pro players. And I think that from Grezlak going down is just a sign that he has, in the last couple of days, done 150 minutes plus. Wonder if that means whoever Dorman was coming on for might be coming on for Grezlak anyway. But that might happen now. Looks like, yeah, Thomas Poole. I suppose in this sort of situation, you do want the veteran on. In Thomas Poole, the oldest member, I think, other than John Lemon, he's the second oldest member of the squad. Good Poole. Stocksbridge's very own Jack Grealish, as he's often known. Though he has cut his hair since, so kind of don't work that nickname anymore. Yeah, Grezlak, I think that game is done for Ali Grezlak, so we will see the sub soon. But we have an Emley free kick first to deal with. And this could change the game entirely. Chris Dawson, the man standing on the ball with lots of massive targets. Pretty much the only man back at the moment is Harrison Shepherd. That shows you how much Emley want to get back into this game. A good ball in as well. Ricochets goes towards the edge of the area, but Charles was there to it first as he just spins away towards the right. Going to go all the way back to Shepherd, but he's actually going to leave it. And now pass forward, Turner intercepts, but there's a late foul from James Morris, and that will stop any potential counter. And here comes Stocksbridge's substitute. It's going to be Jack Dolman coming on first. Well, the Grezlak did return to the pitch, and it's not going to be him going off, it's going to be James Morris coming off. I think we all expected that Grezlak was going to be the man going off.
Still a substitution, replacing number 10, James Morris, is 14, Jack Dolman.
So, Jack Dolman, what he offers is pace. Lots and lots of it. He was dropped for a long time, had to go and dual reg with Shirebrook Town to get playing minutes. And to be honest, you couldn't really argue against it. His performances weren't starting or coming on were not great, but since coming back, he scored a goal, he's been very impressive. It just seemed like that's what he needed. He'll take the wing position. As Rawson heads that one away. And I think that's what you can see with Grezlak might be missing. He would have got to that, I think, within the first half. Now he's not, and now Birchall has it on the left-hand side. Got two men around him. I think that's what Birchall needs, really. He's that talented a player. Birchall trying to move it onto the right. Cross going in and headed away by Eagledon. Back out now to Birchall. Birchall, cross going in. Goes to 6-yard area, cleared away by Elliot Owen. And now Dorman has it. Dorman's going to try and take it on the left-hand side. You need think just gone too wide to be able to use his pace as he'll have wanted to. He's got a man on and he's going to lose it to the man on, but the ball's gone forward and Grejlak might get to it, but Lindley's taken down. Grejlak, no free kick given as it goes back to Lambton. Lindley staying down it there. Ball goes forward, Charlesoff wins it. O'Connor flicks it back to Charlesoff on the right. This game just heated up us all of a sudden. And then a poor pass has just been intercepted. And now it's forward to Ayres, and there's a potential counter-attack as Ayres tries to kill a pass forward, but Wynne reads it well. Owen knocks it forward. He's looking for Grejlak. Grejlak just misses the header, and it's going to go back to Lambton. Lambton quickly gets it out towards Shepherd, but well read by Jack Tinker. Fantastic work by Tinker. He's going to go forward. That's a really late challenge from Harrison Shepherd. He could be given a red for this. It's a straight red for Harrison Shepherd. Mr. Ahmad did not wait for a second. Harrison Shepherd just went straight in, two-footed Jack Tinker. Mr. Ahmad did not even wait to get his red card out of his pocket. It's going to be a simple red for that. And now there's some pushing and shoving between the players that the referees will need to sort out. You can't argue on that red card. It's a daft, stupid one from Harrison Shepherd, and it's one that could end the Emley season. That is a man who is going to get the lifetime of all yellings. I can't say the word I want to use in the dressing room because that was such a stupid, needless challenge and dangerous as well. Ossett are leading 1-0 against Liverpool. Josh Burns has scored. Niall Davies made it 3-1 for Carlton as well. So Jack Tinker will head off for a bit of treatment, more treatment. See him up. And that's where we'll have to find out whether he will be out for Saturday's game, because we were talking about it earlier with red cards, and that will be a 3-game suspension. So he wouldn't, if Emley do make the playoffs, he won't be involved. If Dampton punches it away and then the free kick away, and Dawson just knocks it on. As Dawson tries to get past O'Connor, can't do so. O'Connor then left foot to try to get the far hand side towards Dorman. Dorman's offside, and so 76 minutes gone. Stocksbridge lead 2-0 against a 10-man Emley. 400 here to watch this massive, massive game as Belcher Rodriguez comes on.
Replacing number 3 as Isaac Baldwin is 16 Belchwile Rodriguez.
So that's Rodriguez. Interesting, because you think we need to sort out the back, make sure we don't see more. Well, they can't. Emley, they have to win it. So that's another defender coming off for Rodriguez. So Stocksbridge is all stuff to be on it. I mean, we've had 10 men challenge the Steels here before, so.
Free there.
It looks like the free. As the ball goes forward now, headed on by Rodriguez, but then cleared away. Grejlak heads on Dorman trying to get to it, but knocked in the air by Lindley. Going forward and head away, and Deakin will just allow that to go out for throwing, and that's just game management now from Stocksbridge, trying not to rush things, trying to let time tick on down, as it looks like Thomas Poole will be heading on. The veteran who returned to the club for a second spell with Matlock Town. And he's going to be replacing Oliver Grejlak.
Still substitution, replacing number 11, Oliver Grejlak, is 17, Thomas Poole.
So, back now with Thomas Poole. Tinker launches it away, headed on by Rawson, but back it goes and cleared away. Turning its first touch, but only gets it to Kenny, who set forward will go in at Birchall, just quicker than everyone, and then Thomas Poole's first action is a clumsy tackle on Birchall that might end up seeing him in the book. And that's the thing you don't actually expect from a veteran like Thomas Poole. It's the reason why you bring him on rather than Tommy Marshall, is that he should be a bit smarter than that. And yet, Thomas Poole, within seconds of coming on, finds his name in the book. actually. It was an Emley player for me, but we'll get you a bit better tracked in a second. As the ball goes forward and Turner can only head behind. It's picked up by Rodriguez, but Owen robs him with the ball. He's going to try and make sure it doesn't go out for a corner. Owen does do that and gets in for a throw-in to Emley instead. Right side, and here comes Hardacre to take the long throw-in. Set pieces, which this is basically is one, or where Emley will not feel the man disadvantage as much. Back to Lindley. Ball clipped forward. I think it took a block off the referee there. So, and it will now have to be replayed from the spot it was kicked at. Solid defending by Mr. Ahmad, I thought. Got good clearance on it. Good purchase from our referee. Maybe he's in veterans football somewhere. I think he's over 35. As Lindley knocked the ball forward, but it has been headed away, and Turner will just get it in. Send it down the lane, and Dolman will race towards it. Dolman's got the pace on his man. Dolman, not a great touch, takes him out too far wide. He needs support. Tries to keep in, can't do so. And it's going to be a goal kick. There's your good side of Dolman. The brilliant run, the fact he just outpaced his defenders with ease. Then you saw the bad side, he didn't have it under control and wasted what could have been a good opportunity. I think when he realised it was too far wide, I think he lost a bit of enthusiasm for it. Pulls forward, Eagledon knocks it away, and then Turner hacks away. Dolman will chase this down, and he'll keep this in. Dolman now on that left. Now sending the pass forward towards Rawson. It's a good pass for Rawson. Good tackle though from Barks, out for a Steele's throw. Steele's all about management of the game at this point. Carlton 4-1 up on Sherwood Colliery. Diego Edwards has scored. So Tinker with the throw in. Thrown to Deacon, back to Tinker, taking the touch, trying to get past Kenny, but Kenny gets the block and it will be a throw in. So Tinker has another throw.
Yeah. You get it, Reggie.
Goes to the edge of the area. Alex O'Connor, evades a tackle, moves into the box, slips it to Rawson. Rawson moves onto his left, hits the post! Oh, that should be free, that should be game over. As Birchall now has a chance for the counter-attack. Trying to be blocked on the way, but then Charles have cut his tackle, but it goes into midfield. Emley on the attack here. Gets it out to Danae Lawrence on the right. Right, trying to get through, and I think there was a hand in the face of Jack Tinker. Richard Tracy's not buying it. And it will be a free kick Stocksbridge's way. Emily Bench not happy with Jack Tinker's actions there.
Do you need it moving now or just end it game?
It's not long, is it?
No, it's about 10 minutes.
Yeah, they can't do really stupid plays.
So back with Ben Townsend now.
We've got a red 6 from Picasso, red number YE60HYL, and you are blocking someone in, so as soon as the game is over, can you please move it?
I'm just waiting for now for one of the players to leg it to the dressing room. Ideally, the referee. That'd be quite.
Ideally, the ref.
I think that has happened in non-league before, but as the ball knocked away by Barks, goes to O'Connor, out to Poole. Poole will now just slow it down instead of trying to get past his man, trying to get on his left, but instead we'll just pass it back to Charles. That's games management rather than trying to get a ball into the box. Just slow it down, keep it in control. As the ball's knocked over the top, but that's going to be too much, and it's just been covered out. So it goes out for the goal kick. 2-0 to the Steels here. 82 minutes gone in this match. Steels just have to manage it against a 10-man Emley. Harrison Shepherd being sent off for a reckless challenge. I think that's saying, yeah, I think that's what's saying at least. All headed away, but then Charles will return it forward, but back by Kenny, and Birchall gets it down, and now we'll get onto it, keeps it in, phase one-on-one with Charlesworth. This is what Amir Birchall likes, moves it onto his right, puts Tom Charlesworth on his bottom, then lays the pass off, evading a tackle, puts a shot in, blocked by Elliot Owen. What a game he's had. And now it's Dolman who's looking to hold the ball up, and he's doing well with it. Being forced back though to Charlesworth. Not a great pass, Charlesworth just had it bounce up on him, but Charlesworth ain't able to boot it away. Rawson will chase this down as Barks has to try and judge it. Barks will then head it back to Lambton. Ball launched forward. Owen heads away again. He's won every single header today, Elliot Owen. As then Dawson knocks it on. It goes to Rodriguez. Tinker trying to get a foot in. And then he goes out play for a throw in. Tinker getting body between man and ball. Tinker's going to have to come back for the throw in, but Tinker somehow ended up running 10 yards away for a bit before going back. I wonder why he did that. For a young lad, he seems to know the dark arts quite well. And goes on, but headed out by Rodriguez, another throw further down the line for the Steels. The clock keeps ticking, and that's what Stocksbridge wants. Thrown out to Dolman. Back to Tinker. Then to Dolman. Forward it goes to Deakin. And he's going to go into the corner flag. Ag here for a second, but then loses the ball to Dawson. Deakin then gets the block on the clear. Is thrown right in their own flag for Emley. Well, we're not getting help from Sheffield today. Belper Town 3-0 up. I don't think we expected it, if we're being honest. But Belper get a confidence-boosting win before the last game of the season. Oh, and good tackle in. But it just goes to Dawson. Switched out to the left. Cleared up forward by Hardacre. And then just going to bounce out and be a throw. So throw for Charlesworth here. As you'd expect, Stocksbridge taking the time. It's the thing you love to see from your team. Hate it when anyone else does it though. Oh, we do got a conversation. It was Joseph Kenny who got booked for Emley a little earlier. The ball is forward, but Lindley has that covered and will just pass it back to Lampton. On the edge of his area now as Dorman presses, but he will just pass it back to Lindley who then clears it away. All goes forward, it's switched out to the right and oofs from the crowd because it wasn't a great pass. Tinker trying to win that header now with Ayres, and Ayres does well to keep it in, but then loops the ball into the box for Townsend.
How long we got?
So, 86 minutes gone in this game so far. 2-0 to the Steels. Townsend launched it forward, and then a slice block by Dawson puts it out for a Steels throw-in. If Stocksbridge can just see the rest of this out, and it's still an if. Emley are good enough to fire back quickly. This would be a great game management of a second half. As Rawson knocks it forward, hit away by Abe. Can't get pulled, but then Kenny just clears away. Charlesworth gets headed forward, and O'Connor will win the ball. Gives it back to Charlesworth, but it just goes loose, and now Birchall has a head start, but great work from Curtis Turner, who gets it away. Goes forward, headed away though by Hardacre. Charlesworth will head forward and goes into the middle and headed out in midfield. Goes back to Rodriguez. Back into the middle and not forward, and Turner will just head this out and go to Dawn on the left. If he can turn, he might be onto something here, but he does, but well stepped in by Hayden Lindley. Back to Hardacre on the left. Sorry about it, we just had a little technical glitch that silenced us for a second. Signal in Stocksbridge is not the best sometimes. Ball goes forward and head away, and I think Poole was just a bit late into that, and it will be free kick. And could Thomas Poole get a second yellow here? Could be 10v10.
I don't think he got first yellow.
We thought we got the second yellow, so let's have a look if he did get the first yellow. No, he didn't actually, so it'd be a first yellow for Thomas Poole if he does. And that is the first yellow for Thomas Poole. Ooh, that was a bit of a scary moment. You told me you got a yellow card. So back with Lampton, who's taking this just inside the Stockbridge half. Sheffield FC have got one back in. It's Belper in the 92nd minute, but I don't think there's a good comeback on. They're losing 3-1. Ball goes in. Owen heads it away. Out to the right, into the middle though, it goes to Dawson. And then back it goes to Lindley. Steel shape has been absolutely brilliant today. Back to Lampton, launch forward. Head away by Eagledon. Paul will try and get forward, and he does to Turner, but Turner loses the ball to Birchall. In the middle now to Rodriguez, who gets it forward, but Tinker intercepts, and Tinker launches it forward. Well wide it goes, though, for a throw-in. Goal at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday are winning 2-1 against Middlesbrough. Anthony Masaba has scored. Sheffield Wednesday, if they'd lost today, would have lost 6 home games in a row, the first time they'd have done that in their history. Ball goes forward, and Turner that Turner header actually helped Birchall, but then Birchall just miscontrolled it, so it allowed Poole to get back. Force it back to Dawson. Dawson puts the cross in. Header goes in towards goal, and Townsend, it's the first thing Ben Townsend's actually had to do today, and he just catches the header. And we are going to have 4 minutes of added time.
The referee has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes added time.
Steels just need to see out 4 minutes. And what a massive win it would be, which would take them to 3rd place. Lawson heads it on, but Bull can't get to it. Lampton sliced it out to Deakin, but he tried the first time pass and it was intercepted. Out to Tinker. Forward to Deakin, who knocks it on. Rawson will collect. Rawson turns well. He's faced towards goal. Spreads it out towards Deakin. Deakin controls it now, just slowing the game down. Turner's an option on the overlap. Finds Turner on the overlap. Turner getting forced into his own box and ends up having to just pass out for a throw-in. We're into the 90th minute now. The stoppage time has now started. Emley will just quickly throw it to their own defender and clear it away. Hey, Ayres wins the header. First header he's won against Elite Owen in this game. But it's going to end up back with Tom Charles anyway, who sends it down the line as well to keep it in play. And then Emley try and clear it out. Initially blocked, but get away the second time towards Rodriguez, who heads it on, and then Turner just clears it out. Big boot away. Goes to Owen, who gets it back into the midfield. Return though by Kenny into that midfield. Fought for by Eagleton. Gets it forward, but only to Hardacre, who again slices it forward, looking for Birchall. Charles has got a bit of a head on to that, so it will be a Emley throw, and he's quickly taken towards Rodriguez. Rodriguez down the left, and well won by Eagleton. Launched away. Look for Poole, who heads it on. It's a good header on, but it will be Lindley who has that covered. Lindley sideways to Lampton. Has control over it. Launch forward. Looking for Owen. Bounces favourably here for Rodriguez, but then well won by Tinker, who gets it away. Then Dorman. Touch just takes him further back. Finds Deakin with a pass, who's going to try and let Dorman loose. The pass, I think, just a bit too forward of him. It is. Lindley has intercepted. Back to Lampton it goes, who sends it forward. Header goes out, and he's just going to go over the top to Lampton. Lampton will now boot it forward. Owen heads away. Late one in on him by Ayres. Will be a free kick. That is a pure frustration from Josh Ayres, who has won like one header out of I think about 50 today. And I think Josh Ayres is about to get himself in the buck. And yep, that is Josh Ayres getting a yellow card. 2 minutes gone of out of time. We've just got 2 left now. Just seen non-leagues. Tom Kersons has scored at Harrogate Town, formerly of Long Eaton and Ilkeston. So back with Townsend, who launched it forward. Headed away though. Only back for Deakin, who will just allow that to cover and go out for a throw-in. It's that game management. That's another 5-10 seconds off the clock. Tinker now will launch it forward, look for Rawson, heads it on. Dorman will get onto it. The offside flag is up there, and quite rightfully. And they want a booking for Dorman as well for his cross attempt, but I think it was close enough to the whistle where he's not going to get a booking for that. It was a genuine attempt to play the game.
Didn't know what he would have.
Brighouse have equalised against Garforth Town. It's 2-2 there, but despite that, Brighouse Town are about to be relegated. Yeah. Ball forward from Lampton. Eagleton will head it away, but it just falls to Birchall on the left, who holds it up now and puts a cross in. It's last gasp of times for Emley. Townsend punches away, header towards goal. Townsend scrambling, but it's wide of the goal anyway. So we are now about to just tick over to the 94th minute. So this could be it for the game. And what a game it has been for the Steels today. 2-0 up, clean sheet, beckoning, and third place in the league. What a performance. Townsend now gets told to actually get on with it. Launches it up. We're going to carry on. And no, here we go. What a win! And the most important game of the year, the Steels showed up. An early penalty from Luke Rawson, sending Declan Lampton the wrong way. That was followed up by a header from Elliot Owen to make it 2-0. Harrison Shepard's red card pretty much finished the game off.
Thank you all for your support
And
today.
the Steels
Not
move
just
to
today,
third
but the
in the
whole
playoff,
season.
which gives a
Thank you all.
chance
That was
of
our
a home
final
playoff
vote
win
of the regular
should
season
Stocksbridge
today.
win against Dunstan next Saturday.
we are
Thank you
away
very much
at
to everyone who is
Dunstan.
listening.
You want to go to that
Been
game, we
very
are
much
doing
appreciative.
coach service.
We'll
That will
hopefully
be
see
the
you all
ground here
on
at 11 o'clock
Saturday.
on Saturday.
Thank you very much. Good night from Brackenmore.